Welcome to the Construction Equipment Company's Roadrunner Series Crushing and Screening Sales and Training videos. CEC and its employees are proud to build some of the highest quality portable rock crushing and screening equipment in the industry. The video you will be viewing today will be covering the sales features and benefits of one or more of the following: portable jaw crushers, portable cone crushers, portable horizontal impact crushers, vertical shaft impactors, portable screenits, 4x10, 5x12, 6x16, portable crushits, portable wash plants, sand screws, coarse material washers, blade mills, radial stackers and conveyors, and vibrating grizzly feeders. Jaw and cone plant. Today we're going to discuss several applications using a CEC 24x36 jaw crusher and a CEC 4 1/4 cone crusher and a 24x36 jaw crusher with a 400 series cone crusher. The first application is a 24x36 CEC jaw crusher feeding a CEC 4 1/4 cone crusher that is owned and operated by Maulding Construction Company out of Silverton, Oregon. Maulding owns several quarry sites and also contracts his CEC crushing equipment out to crush at other sites. This particular job site is a contract site that is owned by Dilbert Rupp, also of Silverton, Oregon. They're crushing shot basalt rock and making 200 to 250 tons per hour of 1 1/4 minus rock. There is a work platform constructed on top of the jaw crusher, and from there the operator can control both the jaw and the cone plant from 2 push-button control panels. The basalt rock is being loaded into a 20-foot-long hopper with 1/2 inch thick steel walls and onto a 16-foot-long vibrating grizzly feeder with a 1 inch thick Scandura steel replaceable bolt-in wear bottom with 6 feet of grizzly bars. The rock is then fed into the CEC 24x36 jaw crusher that has bearings running in oil and grease labyrinth seals for dust protection. The pitman face is protected by a heavy-duty cast steel protection plate. The shaft is set back in the pitman casting and provides a flat entry face into the jaw. The pitman protection plate and jaw dies are on a flat plane with one another. There is no beer belly over the jaw cavity to restrict the entry into the jaw. It has dual toggle rods and springs with hydraulic shim adjust. The toggle assembly has replaceable seats and replaceable toggle plates. The shaft is machined of chrome moly steel with a tapered flywheel mounted with threaded nuts and locks in which the flywheels are balanced to the shaft. The grizzly throughs drop down onto the rock box and are then slid onto the 36-inch under crusher conveyor and joined by the crushed rock. The rock is then conveyed to the 42-inch overhead screen conveyor that drops onto the 6x16 3-deck incline screen. The product that is oversized runs across the top deck of the screen, down the replaceable chute, then drops into the CEC 4 1/4 cone crusher and is crushed. The product is then dropped onto the 36-inch undercrusher conveyor, conveyed to the crossover chute, then dropped back onto the overhead screen conveyor. The return product mixes with the incoming raw product and returns to the screen. All the sized product goes through the screen, and the oversized product goes back to the cone crusher. The jaw crusher is set at a 5-inch opening and allows a 6.5-inch product to go to the cone crusher. The cone is set at 1¼ inches and has a 15% to 20% return load back to the cone crusher. The cone is equipped with hydraulic adjustment and hydraulic clearing. A special feature of the CEC cone crusher is that it has machined crusher liners. These liners mate to the bowl and mantle, machined surface to surface, and do not require backing compound for installation. This means you can change the liners in half the normal time and in any temperature. The cone plant has bolt-in replaceable liners on the cone lip, screen feed box, pant leg chutes, and crossover chutes. The CEC jaw crusher and the CEC cone crusher are both portable and can be set up in less than a day. This particular application is also a CEC 24x36 jaw crusher, but it's feeding a closed-circuit CEC 400 series cone crusher. The owner is Ed Murkey, who owns several quarry sites outside of Chehalis, Washington. Today they're also making 1¼ minus product. This jaw plant has 4 individual hydraulic jacking legs that have their own individual controls, with hydraulic jaw adjust with its own tank and pump system. All the specifications are the same as the first 24x36 jaw plant. However, the work platform for the operator is freestanding and not attached to the jaw crusher. The rock crushed by the jaw crusher is fed onto the cone plant's 36-inch overhead screen conveyor, which feeds the 5x16 3-deck horizontal dual eccentric shaft screen. The top deck oversized material is fed into the 400 series cone crusher, crushed, then dropped onto the 30-inch undercrusher conveyor. The product is then conveyed down the crossover conveyor chute and mixes with the incoming raw product back up to the top of the screen. The overhead screen conveyor has a winged tail pulley with a wrap drive rubber-lagged head pulley. As with all CEC cone crushers, the 400 series cone has hydraulic adjust and hydraulic clearing. This 400 series cone is very portable and will accept up to 7¼ inch rock and a setting as small as 1/2 inch. It will produce up to 153 tons per hour of 1.5 inch minus product plus free run from the jaw. The cone is powered by a 150 horsepower motor and has a 110-gallon oil tank with 2 4.5 kilowatt heaters. It also has a temperature gauge of the oil in, a temperature gauge of the oil out, and a pressure gauge. The finished product that has been screened through the second and third decks is dropped onto the 36-inch underscreen conveyor, fed onto a 30-inch by 40-foot long top truss conveyor, and stockpiled. You can feed the top and/or the top and second decks to the cone crusher. CEC offers 3-axle, 4-axle, 16-wheel gang axles, and dual walking beam axles on a 21-foot 7-inch walking beam with rear trailer wheel steering pin. This gives you the ability to pick and choose the weight and wheel configuration that makes your new plant legal. The combination of the CEC jaw crusher and the CEC cone crusher is highly productive, highly mobile, and very cost-efficient. CEC, its dealers, and regional sales managers are looking forward to designing a crushing plant especially for you and your specific needs.